Hi, this is Mining Journal. I'm Tom Hoskins, and I'm here with Mike Fraser, who's the CEO of Chaarat Gold, which is an AIM-listed junior with a producing mine in Armenia and two projects in Kyrgyzstan. Hi, Mike. How's it going?
Good, thanks, Tom. Good to chat with you again today.
Excellent. Yes, good to see you too. So we're going to start by taking a look at your Kizzletash project, which is one of the two Kyrgyzstan assets. Now, you just put out some pretty promising metallurgical test results earlier this week. Maybe you could tell me more about those and just give us a little indication as to the importance of Kizzletash in the context of your portfolio.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. And maybe I'll start with the second part of that. So, as you rightly say, we have two projects in the Kyrgyz Republic. One is our Tulkabash project. This is an oxide open pitable heap leach project. It'll produce around 95,000 ounces of gold equivalent. That project is construction ready, so we have completed the feasibility study on that. But more importantly, the Kyzyltash project is the much larger of the two projects. This is a potential 300,000 ounce, 15 to 20 year life project. And whilst there's been a little bit of work done on that historically, it was really important for me and the team that we continue to develop this project and get it to feasibility ready so we can start prioritizing where this fits in our plans. So as we think about the study, completing the metallurgical testing and identifying the preferred pathway is super critical for our study phase. And so what we released yesterday is the early stages of the results from that study. And the way we went about this, we sent around 2.5 metric tons of ore from our 2021 drilling program to SGS Lakefield in Canada. And they have been conducting a test on 3 alternative processing routes. They've tested POX, or pressure oxidization. They've tested against the Albion technology, and they're also doing bioxide testing as well. The release that we put out yesterday was very encouraging because they performed both flotation and oxidative treatment tests on these representative samples. And what this demonstrated is that both of those technologies are amenable to froth flotation. And interesting enough, both presented strong gold recoveries. And both of them had leach recovery of between 80 to 90% with similar results. That is very, very encouraging for us. Albion in particular is a very interesting potential pathway for processing of this gold. And importantly, it would be a significantly lower capital cost if we were able to utilize that technology. And that's why we felt it was really important to put this message out into the market, to tell people that we haven't forgotten about Kyzyltash. This is the real prize in our portfolio. This is a significant game changer for us as a company, and we want to continue to develop this and take it into the next stages of study. But the metallurgical testing and identifying that preferred pathway is very, very critical step in that journey.
Okay, and so the next step at Kyzyltash, updated feasibility study. When can we expect to see that?
Yeah, and what we will expect to do, so we'll get the final report from SGS by the end of this quarter, so probably by the end of September. That will allow us to then definitively make the decision around the preferred pathway. And then it'll take us probably at least 12 months to complete an updated feasibility study. You know, again, we're not sitting on our hands because we continue to pursue the financing and the completion of Tulkabash, because again, in our strategy, that has always been seen as the precursor phase 1 development of that property. But Kyzyltash now becomes increasingly important for us to pursue. And particularly if we know that on our early estimates, this presents very strong economics. And we definitely would like to progress and pursue this so that we can present some viable investment alternatives to the market in a very, very prospective jurisdiction.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, you mentioned Tulkabash there. You've been slightly hamstrung by the Centerra dispute, but that's now cleared up. So, yeah, what's next for Tulkabash?
Yeah, absolutely. And since I joined the company, I've been talking to many investors. We've been on the road around project finance for this project. As I said, it is construction ready. All of the drilling's been completed. The studies have been completed. Design is largely been completed on the processing plants, and now we just need to get moving on it. That dispute with Centerra, there was a vote by the Centerra shareholders at the end of July, which actually approved the scheme of arrangement. So the transfer of ownership has now been transferred to the sovereign mining fund within country, the Great Nomads Holdings. And so that resolution of that dispute was very critical. And all of the financing partners have said that was certainly one of the key conditions precedent for them re-engaging. So we're now back on the road, re-engaging on financing. As you can appreciate, most of the finances have all been on their summer holidays. So I'm back in London in early September, re-engaging with all of those potential investors. So we've said at our full year results that we aim to get financing in place by the end of this calendar year, and that's still our objective.
Okay, great. Well, yeah, it sounds like you've got a busy autumn coming up, so I will wish you all the best with that. That's all we'd have time for today. But Mike, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you very much, Tom. Appreciate your time.
No problem at all. Okay, well, that's all we have time for, as I say, and that concludes this video for Mining Journal. Goodbye.